but welcome back to Skate Tribution. This is the 5th episode. It's an exciting one. We have none other. It's alright, we keep it going. It's fine. The audio listeners will get a young exclusive for the beginning, So yeah, we're chilling with none other than Choccy. She's a skateboarder, she's an athlete, and she's just eager to get this money, So yeah, just tell us about yourself, what you do and all that.
Hey Hardies, so they said I am a skater, I'm an athlete, and yeah, I'm trying to get this money, and that's why I have a YouTube channel now. So y'all subscribe.
Yeah. How many subscribers are you at now?
I'm on 100 milestone.
That's cool. Because I haven't even started my YouTube page for the podcast. I release on Spotify and Google Podcasts.
Oh really?
Yeah. So YouTube, I don't know. It's hard to get subscribers like in the beginning. I feel like I should start now, but
yeah, it's all about like consistency. Because the more you're consistent, the more like your videos pop up on people's feed and whatever. Because like I barely post, but like my highest views is like 1.3K, and I was like, I should really post more, and I'll get more views. Yeah, so I'm trying to be consistent and all that. So you should really start your...
Yeah, I must start the account. But how have you been doing? How's the skate scene? I heard you recently got injured or something. You said you got a knee injury.
Yeah, on the Leticia pushes Mzansi tour.
Dope.
I injured my knee. I was skating stairs. And
how many stairs?
It was like a 4-stay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I injured my knee and I went to the gym to fix it up, and now...
How do you fix it up at the gym?
I'm a gym rat. Yeah, I just had to make it strong because it wasn't like a bad injury.
What did you pull? You said you pulled your knee, right? So what?
I didn't pull it. Like it slammed on the
like
floor.
The impact.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So how long did you go off the board?
I was off the board for like a few weeks. I don't know how many weeks. And then I just started to hit the gym and my knee just got better. And I recently got back, and yeah, my skateboarding has improved ever since I took the break and got back.
So how was it skating with Leticia Buffoni? Like, I'm sure that must have been like a dream, to push it with her, because she's an OG as well,
Yeah, she is. And honestly speaking, we didn't do much of skating.
Really?
We were like chilling most of the time.
But that's dope as well.
Traveling. So.
Yeah. So where did you guys travel to?
Okay, we were staying in Sandton, so we were traveling to like near spots around Sandton and OG spots.
Yeah.
The old ones that I didn't even know about.
And
I was like, oh my god, I'm so young in skateboarding.
We're within now.
Huh?
We're within now. Is what you're saying to yourself?
Yeah, I'm in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's pretty chilled, and yeah, the whole vibe was great because Eldana was there, Brandon was there. RedBull athletes are so cool. So
yeah.
I'm trying to be there too.
Oh, that's really cool. So speaking about getting there, how do you think you can actually make it there? Because we see it as sort of a scarcity for everybody to sort of grab those desired sponsors. How do you think is the best way to go about that? Yeah.
Well, firstly, you have to be really good at skating.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying. So, and then you have to be able to work with brands. That's what I've noticed. You have to understand that they're also trying to market themselves. So as much as you are an athlete and a skateboarder, you also need to look at the brand's interest and try to offer them that. And
resemble that sort of...
Yeah. So that's how you can bag the sponsor.
That's dope. So how long have you been skating actually?
This year is my 4th year skating.
4th year?
Yeah.
We're pushing. When is that? When did you start? Like what? Grade 9 then?
Yeah, it was in grade 9.
And then were you getting like the hectic competitions during that time as well?
No, not even. And even my first competition, it was like mellow. And I had, so like my first competition was so mellow that when I got invited to KDC, that was my first actual competition. And I was like, oh, so this is a real competition. And I need to figure out how to skate comp.
Yeah.
And I came in 5th place.
That's dope. That's really dope. Yeah.
So yeah, ever since then I've just like been like getting used to skating competitions, and it's been great because like I've been on the podium. So
that's dope. I don't even remember. Yeah, no, my first skate competition, I think it was all the way in the Vaal. It was the RedBull, the curb. I think it was the curb and that ramp one. Like that was like 2020. I think it was even a game of skate. Yeah, it was a game of skate. My dad took me all the way. Like it was like 2 hour drive, dog. My first comp, and I'm there like, ew, I'm gonna win. You know, I had my kick flips and everything.
I think that was my first comp too.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that's dope. That's
the
dope.
one with Dema Rumo.
Yeah, that's dope.
Second place.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's dope.
First place.
Really? Yeah. I just remember like, cause like I think it was the first round even I got out in the game of skates. Oh. But my dad was like getting us drinks because it was very hot there. So
yeah, it was.
So when he came back, I was like, we came in late. You know, I didn't skate, but he doesn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
but yeah.
Do you still skate?
Yeah, I do skate. I just haven't been on this mic. I haven't been on the board much. Let me just get it off. Yeah, I haven't been on the board much.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because like, you know, as a skater, especially like if you're trying to do it like independently without for fun actually, you know, there's always that thing that's gonna limit you in terms of what you have. You know, one time you have a truck, one time you have the board, but you have no grip tape, you know, or shoes fucked up or whatever, you know.
Is expensive.
You know, so yeah, so that's how it's been. But I'm really excited. I want to get on the board soon. By next month, I'll be at the competitions because I'm really trying to push the Skate Tribute Saturdays. So it's just a collab or feature that we have where we go around local skate spots, take snaps and whatever, because I'm a photographer as well, so I might as well incorporate everything. Yeah.
Okay, so like once you decide to get back to your board, you must come to You Go Girl lessons.
Yes, talking about You Go Girl, so tell us about the initiative. How can girls come in? How can they start? You know.
Okay, firstly, You Go Girl does not segregate. So like whether you're a boy or a girl, you can pull with you. We can teach you how to skate. We can teach you how to kickflip. You know.
Yeah.
So you hardys must pull through to You Go Girl. So we do lessons every Saturday and Sunday in Pimville Skate Park. So you guys must pull with you. We offer boards, helmets, protective gear, basically. So anybody who wants to pull with you, whether you're young, you're old, we accommodate everyone. Boys, girls, non-binary.
Mm-hmm. Shout out. That's really dope. That's really dope. What interested you in starting up that initiative?
Well, it started with skateboarding in the hood, you know?
Yeah.
When I started skating, there weren't really a lot of people skating, and especially girls. Because in my hood, I was the only girl skating, and I was like, why aren't girls skating? So, I met Tato, and Tato had this whole session of hers where she does skate sessions, not teachers.
Yeah.
And then she started doing lessons, but they were only in Jersey, and I was like, okay, we need something in Soweto.
Yeah.
And then I just started doing lessons in Soweto, and then after that's when I came up with the name You Go Girl and whatever. Yeah.
That's dope. So where do you see it going in the future? Like,
well, I see You Go Girl being like a very huge organization, which gets kids onto boards. Because if you start young, you're gonna be really good. Because if you look at the Brazilians, the Japanese, they started young and they were really so good.
Yeah.
2 years in, they were already doing tray flips.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just want South Africa to be at that level best.
Yeah.
So if You Go Girl can get South Africans to that
level,
that would be so great.
Yeah, I think what limited us was lack of infrastructure, I would say. Like, because most of us skated street, like outside your house or something like that. We really didn't know much skate parks for years. Yeah. Yeah, literally, that's stopping the progress. Infrastructure.
Exactly, because if you look at female skateboarding outside of South Africa, like it's way bigger than male skateboarding in South Africa.
Yeah.
So we need to catch up real quick, and my organization is trying to help that.
Yeah.
So shout out to RedBull for helping us to get boards and the protective gear. It's been supporting skateboarding for the longest time.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we can get more brands to support us and help grow skateboarding in South Africa, because it's an Olympic sport now.
Yeah, literally. Like, I'm trying to get to the 2028 Olympics. They're being held in Los Angeles. I'm going to be a photographer there.
I'm going to be
time stepping it there. You know, we're going to be, shout out, we're getting that back. Nice one. Yeah. So tell me about Ultimate X. How did that go?
Oh, Ultimate X. I wasn't even competing.
Really?
Yeah. So I was on tour at the time. It was Ultimate X RedBull tour, and well, I don't think I'm allowed to say this, but like they got us tickets to get into Ultimate X, even though we are RedBull and it's a monster thing. They got us tickets, and then we got there. We were supporting Bibella because she was also competing.
Dope.
Brandon was also competing. So I bumped into a lot of my friends, the Speedster. I also bumped into the Cape Town girls that skate, showed support. And it was really cool being there. Leticia got to experience what comp skating is like in South Africa.
Yeah.
So
did she get to explain to you what the differences are?
No, she had to rush to a bunch of meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we got to see what it was like to compete with, as Ultimate X is like international
for Africa.
Yeah, we got to see different skaters from different countries.
The biggest African action sports tournament, something like that. Yeah.
So we got to see niggas from homies from Botswana, compete, and it was really cool because a lot of sponsored skaters were also there.
Yeah.
And I finally got to see Brandon compete for real.
Yeah.
Because when he's skating for fun, but like I got to see him skate up an actual comp.
That's dope. Yeah, because I always see him, well, not always see him. I saw like in Skate Hub, when Skate Hub was open, I think I tried asking him for like a game of skate, but he was like really in like tournament mode. I don't know. I think it was the 2020 Olympics that were coming up or something like that. But he was just there to grind, so that's really dope. Yeah, that's dope. So tell me how you think the culture is moving so far and how you've experienced it, where you think it's going to go in South Africa.
Okay, I think it's moving slow now because when I started skating, skateboarding was actually blowing up. Girls wanted, it was like a year in after I started skating, girls wanted to skate. The skate culture, we'd always like skate town. Every weekend we'd know we're skating town, it's going to be nice vibes. So now there's no more of that, and it's so weird because like when I started skating was fun, but now all of that is gone and it's like everybody's so serious. So but like so far a lot of girls have improved in skating, and a lot of kids are getting really good at skating. A lot of kids. So skateboarding is getting good. It's growing, but the
progress in terms of skills. Yeah. How do you think like that can sort of be reversed? Like, how do you think we can do that? I guess maybe with the podcast, it's a young little contribution. That's why I call it the skate-tribution, but we need more things in progress. Or
skate jams, skate jams, sessions, like maybe hill bomb session, because like we only do that once a year now. At the June 16th hill bomb. That's the only time we have like a hill bombing session. So like if we can get more skate jams, skate sessions, skate street, and get like the OGs, triple S to like also bring the vibes back, because back then it was nice. Gassi to Gassi, game of skate. So cool. So like if we can bring back the vibes from back then, skateboarding culture will grow and it'll stay strong.
Yeah. Kyle, how was it experiencing the skateboarding culture when you were coming up?
Get specific. I'm sorry, I missed that response.
You're talking about having to wait 16 years or so to sort of find or know your place in the skateboarding culture. So how was that journey throughout that?
I think with me it's weird because like there's not really anyone from like my generation that's really skating with me, so especially in the setting of like Josie. Like all the dudes from that were like my age are like, either working, skating like casually, which is cool. Yeah, some of them have babies. Makes me sound so old, but like it's crazy. Like I'm like one of the few dudes that's like from my generation that's like, I guess, going as hard as I am or trying to like skate as hard as I am.
You keep saying my generation like you ancient, bro.
I'm not ancient. I'm not ancient.
18.
But still, what? Huh?
It's not like you're like born in 18 something, so relax.
Nah, but still, it's close to 18 years of being on a board, and it's more like even the things that you're saying. It's like I'm like, bro, like there's been four different seasons. Like you're talking about like when you started and how it is now. I'm like, that's happened like 5-6 times, dude. The things have switched up so many times. It's been different eras and different things. And like right now, dude, I think it's like, yeah, it's all these new kids. There's so many new kids since like, especially post lockdown. So like, I think the difference with me is that I fit in more now because
you're relevant.
I'm finally relevant. Like I was telling Choccy before this thing, I've always just like been more down and relevant with like younger folk anyway. Not even to say that I'm even that old still, but like, yeah, dude. So I think like it was kind of a natural thing. I think also like I'm remembering, I think I only even started getting the following that I do have, which is still not big, around like 2019. And that like that time I was just going ham. I mean,
like you're antisocial. You just disappear.
Yeah, I'm antisocial. That's the problem. But that's the thing. I'm also not trying to be skate superstar, you know. But I feel like everybody has their lane. I think South Africa maybe is not big enough to accommodate for all the different kinds of skaters that they may be yet. But we're totally getting there. And watching it grow now is sick, dude. I think like it's cool. I feel like I have more of a place in the skate. Well, I feel like I've always had, but like now it's like, yeah, and not even necessarily just like for me. It's like realizing that I guess the purpose is to like, considering everything that I've gone through, make it easier for everyone else that comes afterwards. For, you know, all these other homies, all these other young homies, like just like you realize that it's not about you becoming the greatest skater in the world. At the very least, if you can like make where you came from easier to skate and like for more people, then that's also just as dope. So that's what I'm saying. It's like kind of drifting away from being the best skater to like being able to contribute as much as I possibly can to the growth of skateboarding where I'm from and in Africa as a whole. You feel me?
Okay. So would you say skateboarding is soft now compared to when you
Hell yes.
Elaborate.
Hell yes. Yo, dude. I mean, there's so many factors that go into play in this thing. I mean, society as a whole has just been getting more PC, and that obviously plays a big role in like something like skateboarding. I think skateboarding was always like, it's always been pretty niched in the suburban white kid thing for a really long time. And then like over the last like 30-40 years has that like really been like changing. And like I think like also with all of that there's just stigmas as well, it being male dominated, that also being something that's changing now, like stuff like that, dude. Like the old archetype of a skater was a fucking punk, dog. He was a piece of shit. And like, dude, it's like, and not all skaters were like that, because everyone is an individual, and that's what skateboarding is, individuality, right? But at the same time, it's like, bro, like the true, like what it was back then, it's the reason what the biggest problem back then was, is that like people couldn't enter because of how underlyingly like prejudice it was in a lot of different spaces and instances. And that also like, dude, like, bro, have you ever watched Baker 3?
No, I've never.
Yeah, you should watch Baker 3.
I will watch it tonight.
Yeah, watch Baker 3.
Okay. My thing is that skateboarding now is too
and that's
soft.
not even that old. Yeah,
I'll say skateboarding now is too soft. I feel like if we had that in between, you know, because like, honestly, if I was skating back then, like you're saying, I'd be like really good, you know. But now, because like, if I do
you
a
also said
kickflip,
something just now. You're like,
if I do a kickflip, everybody's gonna clap. They're gonna be like, "Oh, she did a kickflip."
yeah,
like,
because you're the first. There weren't really girls dollaring kickflips until now here in this specific context. So like it sucks because you know you can do better, and you're like, yo, don't clap for a kickflip, dog. Check this out. And like the whole thing is that like you need to also just do that. It's like in your evolution, you have to decide that like if you don't want bad criticism to get you down, then good criticism shouldn't matter to you as well. You should be doing your thing regardless, right?
Yeah.
So like your progression should be regardless of what people see or expect or even understand, because first and foremost, you're the first one doing this, so no one's going to understand it. You're setting the tone. You're telling people what they must understand and how they must perceive you, because you guys are the first ones doing this in the space that you're in. And that's like the most important thing to like also just like even understand. It's like,
maybe you should just start writing things down.
Nah. People will hear me talk when they get me on their podcast or whatever, when I agree to it, when they can find me on my switched off phone. But yeah, dog, if you can hunt me down, holla at me. But I'm saying this like, dude, it's like a big thing with South African skateboarding as a whole right now. This is also a big point, is like, dog, it's like we're growing, we're evolving. It's only been like the last decade where it's also been majority people of color that are the skaters, and that's already thrown off so much because the industry is not that. And so now there's this whole disbalance, and it brings in a whole other, like, we've seen it so many times with us in South Africa, because it's South Africa, because democracy is only 28 years old, 29 years old. I mean, are you kidding? Bro, skateboarding will become political. It is political. There's no, you can't fight it. It's like, and you can't tell people to shut up and not, no, that's what it is. This is where we are. That's what the situation is. This is what we're dealing with, you know? So I mean,
like I feel all around the world it's like that. There
aren't a
lot of people of color skating. Or like,
but way more than here. I think
it's
what I mean,
more than here.
And what I mean with that, I'm talking specifically with us, because at the end of the day, we need to have like a skate scene that exists independently outside of the world, right?
Yeah, I mean, like African.
So like we need to deal with our own issues, and our own issues are out. There's a lot of issues we have outside of skateboarding that trickle into skateboarding, and that's what I'm trying to say. So like, bro, it's like, yeah, with like the development of anything, like I'm saying, it's like we all need to like learn that like there's nothing to follow because we're starting from scratch. So we have to set the tone for everything that we're doing. Doesn't matter. No one does. No one does. No one gives a damn about this plank of wood wheels is here yet. But that's what I'm saying. Yet, you know, it's like, it's going to get so big, I think, that it's going to get so big that eventually the government will be like, oh shit, when did kids start liking this? Like basketball. They're like, oh, what's going on? Not that we even need the government, but like, I'm just saying that like with anything that you're doing, if you're aspiring to like contribute to South African skateboarding, you have to like set your own tone, because there's nothing to follow, because no one has done it before. Yeah, no one has done jack before, bro. We're all just starting from scratch. So everything is new. So like, yeah, just make sure everyone knows. You tell people how they must react to you. You tell people how they must perceive you. And then yeah, dog, we need more of that, I think.
Deep.
Shout out for the motivation. Yo, you made me feel like I can go open up take out a loan, open up skate shops everywhere, skate parks, like, yo, let's get it, bro.
Probably shut down, but
yeah, man, yo, we're excited for the movement. We're excited for that. So with what he said, obviously you do have faith. What were your aspirations when you did start skateboarding, in terms of where you would like to be in the sport and the culture?
Well, honestly, when I started skating, I just wanted to be better than my aunt. Now that I am.
So what, is your career child now? Because you're better than her?
No, but like now that I am, I know I can do better. And like, honestly, I'm just trying to go pro.
Yeah.
You know, go pro, because we don't have a pro female skateboarder in the country. So being a woman of color, that's gonna be so cool, and like it's gonna inspire black girls to actually follow their dreams, you know, and not conform to the rules of society. Because skateboarding is male dominated, and there is like, is it a stereotype?
Well, I guess so, to certain people. It depends on the perspective they have to the certain culture, you know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go pro and hopefully go international, compete in the Olympics. Oh my God, I would love to compete in the Olympics, just for the feels, not even to win, just for the vibes,
the environment. I feel you. Yeah. So is Buipilo not a pro? Doesn't she skate in the Olympics? Yeah.
Yeah, she.
So how do you get?
She's not pro though.
Oh, so you need to.
You need to go pro for a board country.
Yeah, you see, there's no structure towards it.
The pro of America and Europe
it's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not in our environment. Like,
we don't have that
yeah,
kind of skate industry or structure or
yeah.
yet to be able to say
This is what you must
this is
do.
not
This
pro,
is
this
not.
is like
Yeah, I feel you.
so like if you're making money off of skateboarding,
Yeah.
you're a professional.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally. That's
okay.
it, right? Yeah.
In
So
the
you're
South African context, in America,
Yeah, in,
In
South African
America.
contest.
In America, that's not that a
On a
board
board,
straight
yeah.
up, right? Yeah.
And
Yo.
yeah.
Okay.
And Bipela is making money from skateboarding.
Exactly.
Trust, and she's really good. Like, she's freaking good. She shreds. So, yeah, if we're talking about, like, African context, not just
Yeah.
South African context, African context, she is pro. But if they're going to look at it, like, internationally, it's going to be like, what company has she gone pro for?
Okay, so for a girl, let's say a girl listening right now that wants to get to the Olympics, how does she sort of go about doing that then?
Don't
Do you-
have fear. Okay, so like, first of all, if you are going to try to get into the Olympics, it's a lot of stress. Trust me, I've tried. You have to talk to.
Are they scouts?
No,
Are
there
there certain
aren't
scouts
It's
for
so
the-
hard for you to go to the Olympics because you need to be part of
An
Roller Skate South
organization, a
Africa,
regulation.
organization, and you need to pay a lot of money, and you're also gonna have to pay for your own travels and like. Why
Yo,
are
can
they
I even
making
just
it
say
hard?
that shit is so messed up, dude. This is also what I'm
is.
trying to say. Like that roller skate, and I get it, like it's cool, but it's like
It doesn't accommodate skaters.
it doesn't
understand
accommodate
this.
it doesn't accommodate it, bro. Basically, if you're not a rich kid from the burbs, you ain't getting. There's no hope for you.
Yeah,
There's no hope.
literally.
And if you don't know A, B, C, D, and E person, then it's chai. And that's also just because it just started, you know. But I'm just letting.
Roller Skate South Africa did not just start. They just started adding skaters there.
No,
They're
but
like,
I mean, like, that's what I mean. The skateboarding thing and getting into the Olympics, it's all brand
Oh,
new.
yeah,
That's what I mean.
facts.
Everyone's still figuring it out. So I'm just putting this criticism out as, like, y'all need to, like, scope. Because I got told, like, you need to speak to your representative. And I was like, who's my representative? Where do I find these things out? Where? No one told, how do I find? And then I found out who my representative was. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, I see this dude all the time. How did he do what?
they're gatekeeping even.
That's what I'm saying. And then it makes
gatekeeping
you
is
feel
also
like,
a
yo,
thing.
is this guy not saying because they're trying to get the Olympics themselves? What's going on? This is so weird. It feels so untransparent. It's like, because for me, honestly, there's a ton of kids in this country that should be there, that have the most hope to see it. That, and like,
Yeah.
bro, like, because what? They don't know, or it's like the petition to get to it, and not saying, obviously it's going to be a process, and obviously, like, you know, if you are really serious, you're going to go and, like, you know, do the research for yourself. But I do just think that, like, yeah, bro, it's like, it's very much not run by skaters or people that understand what's going on. So we're still
Or
gonna
people
have,
who are trying to put you on.
yeah, but no one understands it. So we're just gonna have like you know, our first Olympics was, oh, dude, and now I'm about to I don't. And this is
Oh
no
my
shade
God,
to
we gonna
anyone. This is
spill a
no
lot of
shade
tea
to
in this
anyone. This is
podcast.
no shade to anybody. I say this with love and more from an analytical perspective. Our first Olympic team had one person of color, of the 4 skaters, one person of color, and of which 2 of them were over the age of 35. So like, dude, it's like, it's and it's like, are you saying, no offense, it's like, so those are our guys, so those are our dudes, eh? That's our
I mean,
Avengers
like,
there.
honestly, like,
Dude, you
if
seeing
you-
the gray hairs in this thing, dude, like
And besides, imagine how it looks like. So South Africa is not okay. It's what do they call it? Rainbow Nation, right?
Yeah.
Rainbow Nation. But obviously, the majority is black people.
Yeah,
so
dude.
imagine, it's just
It's our
like
place.
one person of color, and it's like, but they
Yeah.
are from Africa.
This is the African team. It's the same with like
African
a
team.
whole lot of other stuff. Talking about the brands, like I was trying to say, like a lot of these brands are not run by POCs, and like you see these African teams of international organizations being majority white males. And like, you know, like I'm saying, all of these things are just like a natural, it's like things that'll slowly change. These are not things to be angry or mad about yet. It's just like, if
Yeah.
you like allow it to perpetuate and carry on, then it's whack. So like, even with the Olympics, going back to that, dude, I'm like, even just saying like, so now 2024, yeah, bro, that's next year.
Yeah.
And then, so does anyone know what's going on?
I saw this one post.
When were the qualifiers? Who said what? Who said
wait, hold on. Let's wait about that qualifiers. We're talking about the qualifiers in South Africa. Did you see that post Olympic trials and don't? And I was like,
Olympic what? Trials? I didn't see no post. That's what I'm trying to say.
I sent you the post and I was like,
shame.
Do you know
Okay,
about
that's my.
this? And then you were like, what did he say? And I was like, he was talking about the Olympic trials and whatever. And then you were like, isn't this a lie? And I was like, I thought it was a lie too. And it was an actual thing at the shred and nobody knew about it.
Yeah, they always do that. And that's also another thing is that, like, number 2, there's street and park. There's no parks in Josie, bro. There's no transition. There's nowhere to be able to skate on an Olympic stage in the city. In fact, the only 2 cities, if I'm not mistaken, that have the facilities that are able to, like, train people to be able to compete in that is Durban and Cape Town. And it's like, bro, it's like, basically what I'm trying to say right now is that it's just a jukes race. Everybody's just trying to say that they're an Olympian. Mine, dude, it's all cap. It's all, these are not our best skaters. These are not our Avengers. Everyone is just trying to get their foot in there so that they can say that they're an Olympian and to do the thing because it's so open and so unregistered, unsupervised, unwatched. Dude. So like I'm saying, like, it's like if my Olympic team, if my country's skateboarding Olympic team next year is more gray-haired, dude, I'm not gonna, like, and it's not even against you. It's like, bro, like, as a skateboarder, it just hurts me because I know that there's so many more people, so many, not just 1, not just 3, not just 5. There's so much budding talent here that, like, it's interesting that we keep trying to, like, race for international whatnot, but I think we're already there. And the real issue is that no one is, like, choosing to, like, appreciate what we already have and the dudes we already have, especially the younger homies. Old dudes are not willing to let go, dog.
That's true.
They are gatekeeping though.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like you said, it's not like we can be angry about it. We can't do much about it because they have basically the power to change if they'd like to do so or whatever. But I guess as time goes on, whatever will happen to them, they'll be relieved of their powers and whatever. And if something can open up for somebody, just that one kid to open up for us, and just mess up the system, so we can finally get what we deserve, I guess. But anyway, skateboarding is a fun action sport.
Besides the politics.
Besides the politics,
is nice, hotties. You better skate.
Yes.
Skateboarding is fun and hotties skate. Look at me.
Exactly. So get everybody to skate. You go, girl, every Saturday, right?
Every Saturday
at Pimville Skate Park, right? Exactly. Yep. And then how did it feel to be on the podium for the first competition you actually made podium? How did it feel?
I did not feel.
What do you mean?
I was worried.
I'm not feel.
No, like, honestly, I was worried and I was like, because I didn't feel that I was good at skateboarding at the time. I was like, I skate, yeah. So when I got on the podium, I was like, so this is like
what it takes.
The top 3 in the country, not in the country, in my city. So I was worried and I wanted to set the standard, but it's so hard to set the standard when you are skating alone or you're skating in a facility that's not for skateboarding, like flat ground. How will I improve? But like as I skate more parks, like as more parks are being built, I am improving. And now that there are more parks, girls are skating, girls are improving. But like girls skating as girls will not help. You won't progress. So you need to skate with
people
more
that are better with you. Yes, that brings in. That's true.
So you can improve and get better too in skateboarding. So I was worried.
No, I feel you. But so do you think? Well, at the moment now, let's say you're fresh out of high school, would you advise anybody to just get it going with in skateboarding and win competitions? Let's say they really do have the talent to do so.
Yes, like
Mhm.
why not? Like just get this bag. Skateboarding has money. It
Yeah.
does have money. So I mean, like you can make a career out of it. You can skate for fun because skateboarding makes me really happy. If I'm skating, I'm really happy. So
Yeah.
it can save you from a lot of things: anxiety, depression, drug abuse, alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. And then tell us about your series that you said you started on IG, the Choccy Strata. So what goes around? What goes around there?
I'm just skating the streets, and
Yeah.
right now it's the streets of Soweto because that's where I originate.
Yeah.
And I want to come to Jersey, but like it's hard finding a filmer because my friend is very antisocial, even with films.
Mm.
So
I'm
yeah,
a
it's
you must hook us up. We see when I get back on the board. Anyway, but continue.
I'll hit you up.
Mm-hmm.
Side eye. Anyway, yeah. So I just need a filmer now because now it's on pause because people are not trying to film me,
Mm.
and most of the time I'm skating with girls. And
Yeah.
no offense, but you girls can't film, bruh. Your film.
Like the balance. It's a bit
It's
tricky.
like the balance.
10
like,
past 4.
Like it's
Yeah.
not make sure, man.
I feel you. So you're
So,
talking
yeah.
about not having a film as a challenge in skateboarding. What other challenges do you have in skateboarding? Yeah.
Traveling,
Yeah.
like I live in Soweto, but I have to get a cab to get to my nearest skate park, which is in Soweto.
Mm.
So like traveling to get
You can't
to,
skate there
No,
to the black dam.
no,
Mhm.
it's a weird. If I'm gonna skate there, you risk of getting hit by a car because like it's sort
It's
of
very
like a
busy.
busy road.
Mm.
So yeah, we don't have a lot of facilities, and if you want to get to a facility that's gonna like get you to progress in skateboarding, you have to travel unless you live around the area, and those people are really lucky to be living around that area. Because when I started skating, the only skate park I had access to was in Fiat, and I also had to travel to get there.
Yeah.
And the only place where I could actually skate and be accommodated as a skater, a beginner skater and a skater girl, was Mill Park.
Yeah.
So I had to travel all the way from Soweto to Jersey.
Mm.
So our biggest challenge is not having facilities around
Around
us.
your area, yeah. I feel you. So, well, I guess in the future we hope and we'll try our best to sort of contribute meaningfully to the culture, you know. So
Yeah.
we don't really have those struggles, and we can all eat, you know, because you know everybody's trying to eat, man, and
Hey man, we're trying to eat. Everybody eats.
everybody eats, you know. So yeah, anything you'd like to say before we wrap up the conversation, Kyle? Or
Would you like to say something?
good?
I'd like
He's
to say
he's
something.
coming back for episode 6. He's coming back.
I'd like to say, girls, skate with guys, and guys who are good at skating. Y'all are gonna get really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you, Choccy, for coming through. It was very fun. Thank you. You were
Woo.
fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. You
It
said you
wasn't
don't
bad.
like interviews
I
that
don't
much.
like interviews.
Yeah, but it was a chill one. It was nice.
Yeah, it was chill because like I like talking. So
Yeah, so you see, we got
I
it. We
just
got
don't
it.
like answering questions that are structured and.
But I wasn't structured, you
Yeah,
know.
it wasn't structured.
Yeah?
We're just having a conversation.
Chill. That's the vibes, right?
Yeah.
Here at Skate Tribution. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 5. We're recording at Bongs and Records. Choccy couldn't find it when we got here.
Bro,
the sign
font,
outside.
The font. Oh my god! I was like,
the fonts, yeah, it got it was tricky for her to see, you know,
yeah.
that old English font or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, we're recording at Bongs and Records. If you'd like to sponsor us, hit me up Instagram. Yeah, let's keep on contributing to the skate culture. Right here on Skate Tribution. Yeah, we're out of here. Boom.
Bye, hotties.